Have you ever just wished you could clone yourself to get more done? I think we've all been there. Well, today we're going to talk about something that might just be even better. We're diving into how you can build a powerful, super efficient, and incredibly cheap team for your business without hiring a single person. And really, it all boils down to this single question. Why hire 5 people when just one person, that's you, plus 5 AIs can actually do more? This is a huge question, right? It totally flips the script on how we've always thought about growing a business. If you're a solopreneur or you're running a small shop, does any of this sound familiar? You're stretched way too thin, the budget is just too tight to even think about hiring, and it feels like your growth has hit a wall, all because you're just swamped. It's the classic trap, and it is exhausting.
Okay, but what if there was a way to just smash right through that wall? That's what we're talking about now. Let's get into the solution, your brand new AI team. And look, this is way more than just using some new software. It's a completely different way of thinking about how you run your business.
And this is the key idea, the big mindset shift. We have to stop thinking of these things as just tools or apps. An AI coworker is an active member of your team. It's not software, it's your new head of marketing, it's your video producer, it's a specialist with a dedicated job. I mean, just look at the comparison side by side. On one side, you've got huge costs, slow hiring, people who only work 9 to 5, and hey, we all make mistakes. But on the AI side, you've got a tiny monthly cost, you can scale up in an instant, and you have a team that works 24/7 and delivers consistent, high-quality work every single time. The difference is just staggering.
All right, that's the big picture, but let's get practical. It is time to assemble the team. Let's meet the specific hires for your new digital roster.
So first on the payroll is the writer. Every single business needs a fantastic writer. This is your go-to expert for anything with words, from emails and reports to all your public-facing marketing stuff. For this job, you're hiring pros like ChatGPT and Claude. You just treat them like a real writer. You delegate a task. Hey, draft 3 versions of a marketing email for the new product launch, and boom, it's done. Blog posts, social media copy, even the scripts for your videos. Your entire content machine can now pretty much run on autopilot. Okay, next up, every team needs a strategist. This is the person who's just brilliant at taking your messy, raw ideas and shaping them into these powerful, persuasive stories that can win over anyone. Clients, investors, you name it. And for that role, you hire Tome. Seriously, this AI is a presentation genius. You give it a single prompt, something like, create a pitch deck for a new eco-friendly coffee brand. And it doesn't just give you slides, it generates an entire, beautifully designed narrative. It makes your most complex ideas look clear, professional, and totally compelling. So, you've got your script from the writer and your killer strategy from the strategist. Now you've got to bring it to life, right? So let's hire a dedicated video producer to handle all your video content. Meet your new producer, Synthesia. This is where it gets kind of wild. You just paste in your script, pick an AI avatar, and it creates a polished, professional video for you in minutes. No cameras, no microphones, no actors, nothing. You can even translate that video into dozens of languages with just a click. It's basically a whole video production studio in your browser. All right, your final hire might just be the most efficient one on the whole team. This specialist's entire job is to make sure every single piece of content you create works as hard as it possibly can. We're talking maximum impact. And to get that maximum reach, you bring on OpusClip. Here's how it works. You take one long video, say a webinar or an interview, and you just give it to this tool. It watches the whole thing, finds all the best, most shareable, viral-worthy moments, and then automatically chops it up into a dozen or more short clips, perfectly framed and captioned for social media. Your output is just multiplied instantly. So, let's recap. You've got your team. A writer, a strategist, a producer, and a repurposer. But so what? What does this actually mean for your business, for your bottom line? Let's talk about the incredible and, frankly, unfair advantage this gives you. This chart basically says it all. It's the new math for your business. Look at that cost bar. It's tiny. Now look at your output and your efficiency. They just went through the roof. You're getting way more done than a traditional team for a tiny, tiny fraction of the cost. Let that sink in for a second. A 5-person expert team. In the old world, a writer, a strategist, a video person, that's a payroll that could easily hit $250,000 a year. maybe even more. With this model, you get that same powerhouse of productivity for the cost of a few software subscriptions. It's almost hard to wrap your head around how big of an advantage that is. So this is your new reality. Remember those problems we talked about at the beginning? Being stretched too thin, not having the budget? They're solved. You now have the power, the output, and the efficiency to compete with companies 10 times your size. It's a total game changer. Okay, this all sounds amazing, right? But the big question is, how do you actually start? Because it can feel a little overwhelming. But the secret is you don't do it all at once. You start with one strategic move. Here's a super simple plan. First, just look at your business and find the biggest headache, the biggest bottleneck holding you back. Is it writing content? Is it making presentations? Then just pick one AI coworker from our list that solves that specific problem. Just one. Commit to using it for a week. That's it. Once you see how much it helps, you can start building out your team from there.
So I guess that leaves us with just one final question. When the old limits of time, money, and manpower are just gone, when you have a team of tireless, brilliant digital experts ready to go, what are you going to build?